By Lily.
All right, I think Darius Acuff's about to go on this wild run as a freshman and tear the entire NCAA tournament apart. That is the backdrop of this question for our guy Vince Goodwill. Freshman, 3 different 25-point games in the men's tournament. What is your guess?
The thought was Carmelo Anthony. Then I thought that's way too easy. There's Acuff is from Detroit. I was thinking Chris Webber. Not going to say that. I'm going to go back a little bit further. I'm going to go childhood. It's going to be wrong, but I'm going to guess Kenny Anderson, Georgia Tech.
The lefty from Lethal Weapon 3, could that It is right! One answer! Vince! That was incredible! Let's go!
Don't play with me, Himbo. Don't play with me.
That was amazing. Dennis Scott, Kenny Anderson. Wow, what a team. I'm in awe right now. That was awesome. That was it. Kenny the Kid, the lefty. Wonderful job. More hoops next. Let's go. Celtics, Suns. Vince Goodwill. What a get. Let's get to the highlights here. That is Jaylen Brown. That is him dunking from a beautiful pass from Derek White, who suited up in this game. He and Tatum, of course, were out the last time we saw the Lakers. Devin Booker is so smooth, the little lefty reverse. And here, Booker pulls up. Good. Booker would have a huge night at the Garden in Boston. Fourth quarter. Booker going. Makes it again. Suns up 3 in this one. So here, Booker's looking. And watch Jaylen Brown. Boom. Hooks it from behind. Takes it. He's got Pritchard. And then he says, nope, I'm going back to my guy, Tatum. Tatum in transition. Bucket. 1-point game. Pick it up right here. Tatum to the basket. Misses. But look who's there to clean up the mess. Jaylen Brown.
Right place, right time all night.
He seems to be doing it all season. Then, yet again, fourth quarter, pump fake. Gets the roll. Unbelievable performance from Brown. 41, 7, and 6. Booker would have 40 as well. Vince, we're watching the Celtics team just find a way in the fourth quarter. What did last night's win say about what Boston can do?
Look, I've been a little bit of a Celtics skeptic. I did not believe Jason Tatum would come back and look like himself. I said, that's what I need to see. I'm able to now say, Shams, let's make reservations for June in Boston.
Okay, that's what I'm ready to say. This is that windy, we're booking the hotel, huh?
I'm not saying they're going to do it. I'm not saying they're going to do it.
Getting the reservation.
I'm not, just make a reservation.
Yeah, because you can always cancel.
It's, in the words of Stephen A, it's fluid. It's fluid.
But you feel more confident now than you did before Tatum got back.
Far more, because if you look at last night, Jaylen Brown, might get overlooked in the MVP conversation, but he was in the right place at the right time all night. He either was at the place where the play needed to be made, or he got to the place where the play needed to be made. And that type of veteran leadership, that type of thing permeates through the group. There's so many Celtics on this team that don't have the playoff experience of championship pass. But with Brown and Tatum and Derek White, who we sort of overlook, he's going to get easy and open looks. Joe Mazzulla is a hell of a coach. I'm ready to say it. I'm ready to say that I have confidence in the Celtics doing it. Doesn't mean they're going to, but I can see it happening.
How do they plan on using Tatum moving forward, though? Because he got 20 last night. He's been playing, but it's not like he's going 40 minutes. Do you think the minutes will increase as the season goes into the postseason?
Yeah, sure. For him was like, get back on the floor. You got minutes in the 20s. You ease yourself late in the 20s, 30s. And then by the time you're near the end of the regular season, you are peak Jason Tatum, you're rounding into form, and that's when you go full throttle. Then you lift the minutes restriction. I think that is what the Celtics hope, that by the end of the regular season, they're going to be able to put themselves in a position where going into game 1 of the playoffs, they can play Jason Tatum as many minutes as they want. If he wants to go 40, he can go 40, but we're seeing him impact the game with rebounding on some nights, 20 points in 4 straight games. And for a guy, I'll never forget when I heard in late January that this guy's starting to do 5-on-5. I mean, he was 8 months, 9 months
Achilles in June,
from an Achilles tear. His rehab was unheard of, the dedication that he's put forth. So for him to put himself in this position, he clearly just wants a chance to make it back to the finals.
Yesterday we did the show, and it was a coronation for SGA, and it's an MVP, and there's no... He could be the best player in the league. It doesn't necessarily mean he's the most valuable player in the league. Does Jaylen Brown still have a case in an SGA world to be the MVP of the league?
A case, I suppose. And it feels bad after a game like last night that you're going to poo-poo it. But I think there is a difference between SGA, Jokic, and then everybody else right now from a statistical standpoint, from the effect on winning. I mean, if the Celtics catch Detroit, and that's really going to be really hard to do because they're 5 games behind, then you have a case. But as far as two-way players on the game, he's having a career season, and it should be acknowledged. It doesn't have to be acknowledged by an MVP, but we're acknowledging that, honestly, with the Oscars happening over the weekend, he's going from being a supporting actor to best actor.
No doubt.
That's what I'm willing to give him.
No doubt. And I would say All-NBA is a huge honor also.
Absolutely.
And he's in that conversation.
He's going to be there. He's definitely going to be there.
First or second team,
First or second, because you can't put them all on the first team.
That's going to be a
He's going to be
first team.
He's going to be first team.
Yeah.
He might be the last. He's going to be first team.
Okay.
I think so.
I like this. This is
I
good.
thought last time was an MVP game for Jaylen Brown. That's a big performance.
Sean's. Hey, our NBA Wednesday doubleheader tied in the college game are preparing to play without Aiden Holloway in the NCAA tournament following the Star Guard's arrest Monday morning on a drug charge. Alabama, a team that I picked to reach the Final Four. I would like to bring in Sean Farnham, who is our college hoops analyst. Sean, we're bringing you in here. Holloway was great all season. Obviously, we know Phylon is the main guy, but this cannot be good news for Alabama. I had him going to the Final Four.
Yeah, I think you need to change that pick and change it immediately. Brackets are not finalized yet if you go to the Tournament Challenge at ESPN.com. I'm a company guy. Now, with that being said, Aiden Holloway, as you mentioned, averaging almost 17 points per game, shooting 43% from beyond the arc. You can't replace those numbers. You just can't. What does that mean? The offense steps back just ever so slightly. Still going to be a very explosive offense, but it's going to step back a little bit. What it also means is that a team like Alabama that has struggled at the defensive end of the floor, their margins have now gotten thinner. Now, they're going to advance out of the first round of this tournament, but then that second round matchup could be a lot more difficult for them moving forward. And the chance and the opportunity to make a long NCAA tournament run should this last beyond this weekend, because the quote again from Nate Oates is, we are preparing to play without him this weekend. If that continues into next weekend as well, I think that it's going to be really tough for Alabama to get all the way to Indianapolis.
Okay, terrible timing on that one. We'll see how it goes. But let's stick with these upsets here. Sean, you're going to do something for me here. You're going to give us 4 teams that are an upset alert looking ahead to the round of 64. Everyone's filling out their brackets still. Which team in the Midwest region are you putting on upset alert?
All right, let's go with the traditional 12-5. Akron is a team that is really balanced at the offensive end of the floor. They have one of the best assist-to-turnover ratios in college basketball. They've won 10 straight games. They make almost 11 threes per game. John Gross's team is led by Tavari Johnson. They've got an outstanding group. Now, the key is Texas Tech has been banged up. Christian Anderson tweaked his groin last week. Is he going to be 100%? If Christian Anderson is 100%, that really would help the Red Raiders. We'll have to wait and see when he takes the floor how he feels against the Zips.
Okay, let's go to the West region. Who are you putting on upset alert?
Well, I think when you go into the West region, I'm going with BYU. Wow. The reason why I'm going with BYU is because as much as I love A.J. DiBonsa, I think he's going to be the number 1 pick in the NBA draft. He's got 13 straight games of over 20-plus points. This is a team at times that can struggle at the defensive end of the floor. Go back to just before the Big 12 tournament. They struggled to get stops. And when you look at North Carolina State, they're going to try to drive them. If Texas is able to win, they're going to try to play through the post. So BYU's got to bring the attention to detail at the defensive end of the floor, and the supporting cast has to step up around A.J. DiBonsa.
There's that footage of Darren Peterson just slamming on BYU's center. All right, which team from the South do you have on upset alert?
I'm going with VCU over North Carolina.
Wow.
If Caleb Wilson is healthy, then North Carolina's not even a 6 seed. They're more like a 3 seed. So unfortunate for the Tar Heels. But VCU, Phil Martelli Jr.'s team has played very well down the stretch. They were co-champs of the regular season. We talked so much about St. Louis, but they have exploded here. They do a great job of drawing fouls, getting to the free throw line. They're plus 5 points per game at the foul line. They've got to draw fouls from North Carolina, soften up the ability to rebound the basketball. That would give VCU a good chance.
All right, last but not least, the East region. Who should be on upset alert?
Well, I look at South Florida. This is a trendy pick for a lot of people. Why? Because the explosive offense, and not only are they explosive offense, but Brian Hodgson's team does a great job of creating steals. They average about 8.8 steals per game. Louisville can get loose with the ball at times. And then what is the situation with Michael Brown Jr., who has missed so many games with that back issue that he's been dealing with all season long? And so if they can create the turnovers, play out in front of Louisville, I think South Florida has an opportunity to advance in the NCAA tournament.
All right. Yesterday on First Take, Mad Dog Russo came on and had one of my favorite sound bites of the day. Here he is after St. John's drew the number 5 seed in the East region after winning the Big East title.
To me, St. John's got absolutely royally screwed. I mean, if anybody watched that game on Saturday night, how in the world is St. John's not a top 12, top 15 team? Right now, they're a 5 seed.
One game.
Well, I mean, they killed Connecticut, who's a 2 seed. 2 seed. So the team that they beat is a 2 seed, and they beat them 2 out of 3 times. They also won the regular season championship and the postseason tournament. And they didn't beat Connecticut on Saturday night on national television on 6 o'clock. They destroyed them.
All right, Sean, is Mad Dog right? Did St. John's get royally screwed?
Yes, they got royally screwed. They won 19 out of the last 20 games in which they've played. I mean, this is a team that is so physically imposing. And, yeah, they beat Connecticut 2 out of 3 times. Now, I understand why Connecticut's going to be on the 2 line, but you can't tell me when you look at this bracket that there wasn't a spot on the 4 line or the 3 line to put St. John's. And so what I think is this actually benefits St. John's and Rick Pitino. Why? Because he's going to allow him to go to the locker room and say, nobody believes in us still. They don't believe that we can win. They put us in Duke's bracket. Oh, the disrespect. And because of that, I think the St. John's team, led by Zuby Ejiofor, is going to come out on fire in this NCAA tournament this weekend.
I love this St. John's team. Zuby, so much heart and spirit. Hopkins, all these guys. Let's see how they respond to maybe getting disrespected. But before we let you go, speaking of the Final Four, the world needs to see it. Who's yours?
All right.